in the Carolinas. It's Russ. It's Les. It's the Man Space Podcast. Take it away, fellas.
Thank you, voice girl. And welcome to another edition of the Man Space Podcast. Now, I am Russ, and with me, as always, he is the Cliff Clavin to my Norm.
What's up, people?
What's up,
What's
brother?
happening? You got it, bro? You good, man?
I'm good.
That's what's up. Man. I'm Cliff. I'm with it, too. We all about it.
Yes, sir.
Good,
yes, sir. Man, have you seen those new masks that they have out that are digital?
With the LED in it? Yeah.
No, not the face masks. These are Halloween masks. They cover your full face.
No.
Yeah, and you sync it to your phone, and you can sit there and you change it, and it gives like different little spooky faces. But one of the faces is almost like a human face.
Whoa.
When I saw it, I'm like, okay, that's gonna get somebody hurt right there.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing none of that. Run up on me with one of those.
Yeah, I know that's right.
It's ability.
Man. So this is our Halloween special 2.
Yeah.
So things are opening back up in the world, and we are somewhat in a pandemic, out of the pandemic. We don't know what we're doing with the pandemic.
We straddling. That's what
we're straddling the fence, but
we're straddling.
I think a lot of places are allowing trick-or-treating this year. I know my neighborhood is doing it this year. We're going to do it on Saturday night. What about yours? You guys are doing it? Or?
Yeah, they're doing trunk or treats in the driveways. You know, pull your car down, to the end of the driveway, and then, you're trunk or treating from there, giving the kids out. I'm like, man, them little jokers, you keep your little grubby hands off the cars too.
Right. Right. You going to give out candy this year?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm trying not to be a spoiled sport or nothing like that. I don't know. Maybe not. I still haven't made up my mind yet.
Now, when you do, are you a full-size candy bar guy or are you a little mini guy?
See, the problem is if I buy full size, I'm going to want to keep them. So I'm mini all the way.
Really?
And if I don't eat all of them, because I love the Snickers ones, so I don't know. I'll be popping them bad boys like, little vitamins, just throwing them back. Just roll up 2 of them.
Those are so dangerous, man.
I know, man.
Like you get a full size, you might eat one full size.
Yeah, because you know what it's about.
Right. But you get a mini, and those minis are worse than the full size because you'll sit there and go through like 6 or 7 of them.
I thought it was 16-1.
Shoot, no, sir.
That's why I got a problem. I thought it was 16-1. And then, I eat an extra one. It's like 17. And before you know it, the bag only got 30 in it. I didn't eat half the bag.
Right. No. I don't think we're going to do anything this year. Last year, we bought a bunch of candy. Yeah. And I want to say my wife still has that bag of candy hidden.
Oh, shoot, y'all already up on the next year then. Go ahead.
Right.
I can see it now. That's like the old church candy at the bottom of a purse. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
they went through the heat and the cold and then molted together. So you got orange and grape stuck together. What's those hard candies? The one was Jolly Rancher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, them jokers will melt on you in a heartbeat.
And stick together, and you can't get them apart.
Yeah.
It's like super glue. It's like, man, you should put this on furniture or something.
And don't mess around and bite into one that's already starting to melt. Oh my gosh.
That thing is going to be an extra 2.
Right. Boy, if you got a feeling, it's coming out on that one.
It's coming out. I done lost one. Trust me. I know.
Since we're already partially into food, I'm going to take it into food for just a moment.
Oh, here we go.
Brother, I sat there. I thought I was going to, be a little romantical with the wife and make dinner and dessert.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I sat there and made for dessert some fried Oreos.
Oh, you made fried Oreos?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, big dog.
You want to talk about something that was good?
Where you get the batter at?
Dude, it's pancake mix.
Now, forgive me for being dumb. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is? Pancake mix?
It's pancake mix.
All right, then.
Mix up your pancake batter. You drop your Oreo down in there. You cover it good. Then you deep fry that joker until it gets golden brown on each side. And when it comes out, sprinkle some powdered sugar over it.
Yeah.
Wow. Delicious.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
That sound good.
Yeah. That
sound good.
That's the stuff.
So I'm you see, I'm stuttering now.
And use the mega stuffed Oreos. Yeah. Yeah, you get the
big cream fill.
Yes,
does
sir.
It melt? Does it soften the dark skin cookie?
It softens the cookie.
Okay.
So it makes it perfect. You don't cook it long. You just want the batter to get golden brown.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely perfect.
See, I feel like you need some sexy music behind that and talk about it softens the cookie. makes the batter golden brown. You know?
Yeah. Wait.
Add the cookie to the pancake mix.
Yeah.
Slightly deep fry it till it turns golden brown.
Yes.
Remove the cookie and simply take a bite of the moist inside. The dark chocolate cookie and the cream come together to form graciousness. The goodness of a fried Oreo cookie. You can't get no better than that. Yeah. It's Halloween. Why are we making nasty cookie commercials?
Oh gosh.
Oh, I forgot what to say at one point. I couldn't come with nothing else. I was
like, Let's see if this was better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little better.
We're doing it again.
Yeah, let's do it again.
The anatomy of a fried Oreo cookie. I'm going to take some pancake batter.
Yes.
Dip your cookie in the pancake batter. Deep fry it till it's golden brown.
Yes.
Remove it from the grease. And you have simply deliciousness. Take a bite.
Absolutely delicious.
And get to that soft, dark cookie.
So
with the cream filling.
Yes. Oh gosh, my head hurts.
Boy, you heard yourself. I was trying to hold him back. Like, yeah. Oh gosh, I got tears running down my face. Man. Oh gosh, I'm glad we crack each other up.
Man Space Nation, don't mind us.
We crack ourselves up sometimes. We just can't help it. We can't help it. You open up a doorway, we just kind of just bum rush the door.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. You and here you go with your food porn again.
Yeah, I know.
Deep fried Oreos. Yeah, baby.
I just probably need to change this show and just call it food porn. Oh my gosh. I have such a headache right now.
Hey, all I can tell you is that's what I'm here for. Got to have fun when we do this.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
There you go, right there. Hey, you should just record that and put that on the hot button. When somebody asks the question, you just go, yes. Are there any ghosts in the room? Yes. Here we go, cracking ourselves up again.
Oh gosh. Oh boy. Okay.
Is that gray?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought that was a piece of paper towel in there. I had paper towel. I'm like, I had paper towel get my beard.
Ladies and gentlemen,
just for me.
Les is looking at himself in the camera here and realizes that there's a huge patch of gray in the bottom of his goatee. It looks like you putting on lotion on your face and you got a little bit on your beard and you don't get it to rub in. You don't get it to come off. or it looked like the Oreo cream just hit right there. Oh, man. Yeah. So Les, this is our second Halloween show since we've been doing the Man Space podcast. Last year, we talked about Halloween movies and we told ghost stories that we heard as kids that kind of scared us and things that happened. But this year, we have a guest that's going to tell some stories. His name is Mr. Nightmare.
Ooh, Mr. Nightmare.
We have a couple of stories from Mr. Nightmare. These are chilling but true Halloween stories.
Well, Google it.
So without further ado, Mr. Nightmare.
The year I turned 13, my friend invited me and 2 other friends to stay at his house on Halloween night. He had a fairly large house outside of our town, and it was the perfect place to go trick-or-treating. We decided it would be cool to go now to get sweets for a movie. So fast forward. We were near the end of our trick-or-treating, and at one house, a woman answered the door. She was tall and skinny with shoulder-length hair. Her house was disgusting. We could smell the odor of cigarettes from inside. She was quick to tell us that there were no more sweets left. However, she could go try to find something for us. After a couple minutes of waiting, she comes back with an old brown paper bag with old-looking candy inside. We kindly deny the bag and tell her we're getting picked up, so we better go. She grabs one of my friends and says, "No, please," but my friend pulls away from her, and then she quickly shuts the door. We knocked on a few more houses before hearing something going on near the parking lot of the housing complex. Someone exclaims, "They took my child, they took her, they took her." It was her, that woman, and that was my friend's parents' car that she was banging on. She was throwing herself at the car and hitting it with her fists. A couple of neighbors came out due to the commotion. They seemed to know who she was. They apologized to us and said it was a big misunderstanding. We quickly got into the car and my friend's mom started driving us out, but we don't get far before the woman jumps in front of the car, claiming one of us was her child. The neighbors once again pulled her away. It was later that night, however, when things truly began. We stayed up late like any teenagers do at sleepovers, and we watched some scary movies. Out of nowhere, the light turned on in the hall. We could see it under the closed door of the bedroom. We assumed it was my friend's parents who were about to come in to tell us to get some sleep. However, no one came in. I decided to have a peep out the door. Nothing at all. My friends joined me to see why the lights suddenly turned on. Out of nowhere, my friend says, "It's her." And through a large window facing the backyard, We see that woman standing there, looking in. However, the second she saw us stare at her, she ran away. Disturbed by this, we came back inside the bedroom and locked the door. We were obviously quite shaken up by this. Who is she? What does she want? We sat around for an hour, nervous, on high alert. However, we eventually did somehow manage to fall asleep. That morning, my friend's mom told us the situation at the housing complex shook her up so much that she thought she had seen that woman standing over her bed in the middle of the night. My friends and I never even told her we saw that woman at the house that night, which led us to wonder, what if, just maybe what if, that woman actually was inside the house that night?
That's why I don't listen to stuff like that. I'd have shot the whole crib up, dog. Just be Ghostbusters around that bad boy.
Right. Just thinking, what if that woman had actually got in your house?
From the sounds of it, I think she did get in their house.
Right.
She was just gracious enough not to do nothing stupid. Turn on a light.
Right.
I wonder what the rest of that story is, but I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Because I think, that was her mother. She was adopted. That's her mother coming back. Yeah. Coming back to claim. Yeah, she's coming back to claim her daughter and her grandkids, man. Yeah, that's crazy, right? That's the story. That's the plot right there.
What if it's not her mother? What if it's that she adopted the woman's child?
Ooh. And she wants her baby back.
Right.
I want my baby back.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, it could be either one of them. So it could be the ghostly granny or the ghostly mother.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, I'm glad Halloween is only once a year.
Now, on to part 2 of our strange but true Halloween stories with Mr. Nightmare.
Last year, Halloween was on a Wednesday, and because of that, I was home alone. My dad works nights, and my mom was staying with her sister because our parents weren't getting along at the time. My sister was away at college, so it was just me, left to provide for the trick-or-treaters. My dad bought a couple bags of Kit Kats and told me he expected them empty by the end of the night. I don't know why, but my dad takes Halloween seriously. I didn't get home from classes until around 6, so it was already dark and the kids were out in droves. The second I dropped my bag on the couch, the bell rang, and that went on for some hours. I was getting homework done later on in the night when the trick-or-treaters had mostly gone home. It was sometime past 9 though, I remember that much, and the doorbell rang once more. It was the first time in over half an hour. I went to open the door with a near-empty bowl of Kit Kats expecting some kids, but instead it was just this lone guy, maybe 35 years old. He waved at me with a neutral expression on his face. I didn't open the storm door. I kind of just watched him, ready to shut the door on him. He stopped waving, then reached for the handle to the storm door and pulled it open. At that moment, I slammed the door shut in his face and locked it. I texted my family group chat that some old guy just tried opening the door. My dad joked that if he does it again, go outside and teach him a lesson. I decided that was it with opening the door for the night. I went back up to my room to finish my homework. Soon, I heard yelling coming from outside. I lost my patience and eventually got up to see what was going on. I slid open my window and looked down, and there was that man again down below, looking up at my window, shouting at me. He was mainly yelling that he needed help finding his son. I didn't believe him for a second. I texted my family again. My dad just said, "Ignore it, he'll go away." I left my room and shut off the light so that he'd go away. Then I went to the basement, which had no windows. I hung out down there to do my work, and all was quiet for a while. Then, flick, the power went out. My initial thought? That man outside tinkered with the electric box outside of the house. I stayed in contact with my family the whole time. After a few minutes, I heard the floorboards creaking above my head. Someone, as if I couldn't guess who, was inside the house. My mom, dad, and sister all texted me to call the cops. I stayed put in the basement as it was the safest place at this point. The cops were en route. All I had to do was wait. The basement door then opened, and we stepped down the stairs, only halfway though. Even without power, a little bit of light from the upstairs poured into the basement, enough for me to see his legs. He was standing on the middle step of the staircase. And I swear, he just stood there for like 2 minutes. I heard him mumbling stuff. I won't even pretend I could understand any of it. After the longest, most painfully uncomfortable moment of my life, the man said into the basement, "I can see you." The whole time, his legs were actually facing me. Was he actually looking at me that whole time? Still, I didn't move, nor did he. He continued to stand there until there was a bang at the front door. Then he walked up the stairs, shut the door, and I heard creaking above again. I waited 20 seconds before running upstairs to the front door. By that time, it seemed the man had left my house, because the cops couldn't find him, even with my help. I don't know if he did this on Halloween intentionally, or if it was just a coincidence, but something was wrong with that man. He didn't belong out in the streets.
I listened to that before we recorded, and when you sent me the message saying you were going to be a few minutes late, so I went to the other room and go to the bathroom, and the lights are out in the room. Brother, you know every light. I flipped on everything.
You got a whole trail of lights going to the bathroom.
That's right.
Now that's hilarious.
Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, I don't even know why I did this to myself. We could have did anything else, but
6'5" talking about I need to turn the lights on. I would too, dog. I ain't even gonna trip.
What's the scariest you've ever been?
Ooh, well, I almost fell out of a helicopter. That was pretty scary.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't see what the ground was or anything because it was above the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was messing around and moving and wasn't strapped in.
Mm-hmm.
Went a little bit too close to the open door.
Yeah.
Yeah. And almost got sucked up out of there. Yeah. I'm glad I had a little strength at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple more minutes, though, I would have been a goner.
So I was in Germany at the time.
Yeah.
And
so was I. So it's in Germany, too. But go ahead.
So me and one of my buddies, we went down into the town. Mm-hmm. And there was this cemetery. We met up with a couple of girls and we're walking back through. And the shortcut to get back to where they lived, you had to go through the cemetery. Now, I'm perfectly fine with going around. Right. I'm like, we having a nice time. This all right. We're taking a nice stroll.
Yeah.
Let's just go around the long way. No. Let's go through. Okay. It's the middle of the night.
They knew what they was doing.
We're walking through the cemetery. There is a tombstone for somebody called Dracula.
Oh.
The legend of this man is that he thought that he was really Dracula and he would go around biting people on their neck.
Really?
Yes.
They got one over in Germany too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
So now I'm a little freaked, right? Uh-huh. So we get out of there, we get back to the girl's place, whatever, everything's cool. Now me and my buddy are leaving. So we're walking back to Post. Now, to get back to Post, it was at the top of a hill.
Right.
It's a 3-mile walk almost straight up. So you either walk on the road or you walk on the sidewalk. But you get to a spot on the sidewalk where there's nothing but trees that completely cover the sidewalk. At night, you can't see anything. It is so dark. It's 2 a.m. and we're walking up that hill. We decided to stay on the sidewalk and we hit that dark spot. So we're walking along and the whole time we're still talking to each other. And we hear. So I'm still looking. I'm looking at him. Neither one of us are talking now, but we're both looking at each other. I took off and started running.
You ain't gonna catch me easy. You know what I'm saying?
So he's running behind me. Yeah. And so we get out of the darkness or whatever. We still don't know what made that sound in the woods.
Right.
But we got out.
That's why we don't do good in movies, bro.
No.
That's real depiction.
Let me tell you, because you put me in one of the movies, I'm gonna live.
Yeah, me too.
But I got out of there and he's huffing and puffing. And I said, one of us got to be able to tell the story of what happened.
Right.
So
you volunteered to be the storyteller.
Yes. Yes. I ain't trying to be a hero and come back as, let me save you. Nah, bro. One of us got to live. All I got to do is outrun you. That's it. I don't have to outrun it. I just have to outrun you. So what?
Yeah, that's the story of the 2 gazelles in the field, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, the 2 gazelles in the field. One says, "Oh, the lion coming after us." He says, "Well, I hope you fast, because I know I'm faster."
Right.
Why you say that? He says, "Because I'm gonna live to see tomorrow. All I got to do is outrun you."
That's right. Because, man, let me tell you, for the next, probably year and a half that we were there, never walked that trail again.
Never.
Anytime I walked up that hill at night, I stayed on the street from that point going forward.
So you can see what's going on.
Yeah. Because there's lights along the street going up. But that part of the path, the tree coverage blocks out all light. You see absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I've been on the street immediately.
Yeah.
Probably screaming help too. Help!
Hey, I bought a car shortly after that. I'm like,
I know that's right, bro. I know that's right.
This.
All that walking and all of that mysterious. No, I get it, bro. No, flying from Wild Flicking back to Wiesbaden. That's when I almost bit it. For some part of me, probably would have still been in one of them German fields.
Right.
Over there.
Yeah, man. I know what you mean about that flight. I used to be in an aviation unit when I was out in Texas. And my warrant officer would always like to take his communication guides with him. So me and my roommate. Yeah. And so he would always say, pack your ruck with a change of clothes. And we would fly to San Antonio. And go hang out in San Antonio for the day and then fly back.
Yep.
One day he's out there messing with us. And he's flying and he cut the engines on us.
Oh, yeah. Auto rotation.
Oh, man. Let me tell you, as we were going down, my tears were going up.
Coming up. Yeah. Hey, I done it. I'm trying to. Hey, I was sitting in the front seat of a helicopter of an Apache, and I had dropped a pin. So I was the test pilot's crew chief. So I flew with him a lot and broke stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, we got to go get this helicopter, Les. No.
Right.
I knew what that meant. I was going to put some bubble gum and duct tape on some stuff. Yeah. And we was going to fire that bad boy up and do 100 miles an hour home.
Yeah.
Right. We done it plenty of times. Flying, helicopter shaking and everything. And this one time we was testing one, and we took it all the way up into the clouds. And he shut the motors off. But he just took the throttle off. And all of a sudden, man, that joker just started dropping out the sky. The pencil that I dropped floated right back up in my eyesight.
Oh man.
Floated right back up there. So I know we was doing some nice G's.
Yeah.
Coming down. So I'm holding on. You know, I thought I was gonna rip them damn handrails out of the helicopter, bro. And then finally I saw the ground and he turned the torque back up and the helicopter like just rattled.
Yeah.
But yeah, we survived it. And he got me back and he said, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I had to get out, you know, so, you know, we had to gas it up and I had to sign paperwork to get the gas. I had to breathe, brother. I had to breathe because almost everything I had ate for 2 days was about to come on up out of there. But I made it. I ain't throw up. And he bragged on me. He said, boy, I finally got me one. I
fly with him every day. Yeah.
He said, this is the thing. He said, every co-pilot in that unit has flown with him and thrown up.
Oh, man.
And he always said, my crew chief tougher than you. Get out of here.
Man.
I was like, thank you, Jesus. But you just don't know how close I came.
Right. As we do each week, we like to close the show with a little bit of inspiration. Now, this week is a little bit more of a testimonial, and I really hope that this helps somebody in their journey. Now, this kind of starts a few years ago. I was at church and I ran the soundboard at the church. So I kind of sat up above everybody. So if you weren't up front on the stage, you couldn't see me. And the praise team had just finished. So I was about to go and sit down and whatever. And the head of the praise team was getting ready to bring up the pastor. And he's talking and he looks up and he sees me and he starts praying. He says, I don't know what you make, but I see you getting a position that it's going to push you to X. Now, at that time, I was at W and I've looked at X. I flirted with X. I knew X looked real good, but I don't have X. But at that time, him and I, we talked, but we didn't talk on a personal level. We never talked about work. We never talked about money or anything like that. We talked about football, we talked about bowling, but we never talked about jobs or money. So he didn't know what I made or what I did or anything like that. But he said that you're going to get to X. I'm like, okay. But at that point, I was kind of disgruntled with my job and really was out there looking. And finally, an opportunity came to where I was going to go to X. And I'm like, wow, look at this. Look at God, right? So I ended up applying for the job. I got the job and I'm doing everything. And so I went back and I told my testimonial at church. And he came back and he said, you know what? I know you're at X, but I think you're going to go to Y. There's something else that's going to push you to Y. I'm like, Well, I looked at Y. I flirted with Y. I know Y looks real good, but I don't got Y. I got X. So fast forward a couple years and I just get an email out of the blue and about a job and just to see if I was interested. And I'm like, well, sure. I said, if I can do this and if I can get to Y, I'm in. No problem. Here's my Y. So now I'm at Y.
Yes, sir.
Now, being a techie, the alphabet on the technical side doesn't just stop at Z.
Nope.
it starts back over with AA, AB. That story is not going to end when I get to Z. It's going to keep going.
That's right. That's right. You got to go AA now.
Right. Everybody has their levels. Your X, Les's X, my X is not the same.
Right.
It's what you want that goal to be. Set your goals and believe that you can achieve each one of those goals. See,
absolutely.
I know my story doesn't end at Z. I know my story is going to continue on and continue on and continue on. Now, some of you may be saying, well, not all money is good money. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. Let me tell you like this. The grass is always greenest exactly where you water it. So when you go out there and you do the things you need to do, that money is definitely going to be good.
Man, believe that.
Yes, sir.
Believe that. I just hit a Y and I'm headed for the Z.
There you go. There you go.
I got some things on my sleeve. I'm headed to the Z.
You head to your Z and just know that alphabet continues on. A, A, B, A, C, A, D. That's right. That's that techie talk. It continues on.
That's it.
There's more. There's way more than 26 letters in this alphabet.
I'm going to go to AAA.
There you go. There you go. That's it, man.
You got to do it, baby. You got to do it.
We want to thank Mr. Nightmare for those stories. And Manspace Nation, it is Halloween. We want you guys to be safe out there. If you're going to go out, enjoy yourselves, but be safe, be smart, and always be vigilant. And make sure to lock your doors. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here.
Yes. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Manspace.
Whichever platform you listen to us on, make sure you subscribe and don't miss a show.
Remember to keep up with all the Manspace updates on our website, themanspacepodcast.com.
And you can follow us on Instagram at ManspaceNat1.
Until next time, Manspace Nation, he's Les, I am Russ, and we are out of here.